is the weekly update for the week of January 28th. So this is what we did in science this week. All right, so we did some hydrogen demos on Monday. Let's take a look at that. All right, so in class I had some hydrogen chloride and I had some zinc and I mixed them together. And in class we saw what happened. We saw a chemical reaction happen where zinc chloride was made and hydrogen gas was made. And so we look at the atomic scale models. So what atom groups were there in the products and the reactants. And we also took a look at the properties before and after the chemical reaction. And then we took that hydrogen gas and we put it in an egg and we mixed it with the oxygen from there and added a flame to make a bunch of water. Then we did an Edpuzzle based on what we just saw and went over. So in the video, they saw an up-close version of what we saw in class. And so they saw the zinc react with the hydrogen chloride and producing those bubbles. Those bubbles were of hydrogen gas and so forth. Then they saw the middle of the high school video presented by the counselors talking about upcoming transition to high school and talking about classes and credits and requirements for the high school, what they have to do, and the upcoming schedule. All right, then on Tuesday we did the chemical reactions lesson 2.3, explaining how the rest form. So we went through all that. Again, I highly encourage students who are absent, go through the slide deck and the video overview for the details on how to do this assignment. That led us to writing to Westfield assignment. All right, so based on what we've done in the past 3 or 4 lessons, students had to use these words from the words bank. They had to basically explain or write an argument for the people of Westfield, which you support a claim about how the rest formed in the water. So they had to do these 3 things in their article, pick which claim they think was best, and write it down here. So they turned that in, and the next day I gave them an opportunity to revise and self-check. I hadn't graded at that point in time, but they could use the information that's on the slide in order to get maximum credit of 10 points. Did they do these things in their paragraph? So these specific things, did they do that? And then I also provided an example after that day. So Wednesday they had about 10 or 15 minutes to do the revisions, and well, then they did the chemical reactions lesson 2.4 critical juncture assessment. So I had 12 multiple choice questions and 2 written responses. And so this is kind of a check to see how their understanding has progressed on these various concepts over time. They took a pre-unit assessment. And then next day I gave them an example and I read that example in class of what it looked like and what they should have had in that example so that they can do further revisions to increase their score. This is what I was looking for in the paragraph. All right, then we did the lesson 2.5, reflect on chemical reactions. So they kind of took what they learned in the past couple weeks and looked at an experiment involving sodium and hydrogen chloride and to determine if a chemical reaction happened based on the properties of the substances before and afterwards and the atomic scale models before and afterwards. And then on Friday, we did lesson 3.1, what happens when fuel burns, and that's basically what we did this week. Hope you have a good weekend. Bye-bye.